Good afternoon, everybody. We're so thrilled that you can join us with the Women in AV. We're here with our second podcast where we're featuring companies across the industry and the women in AV, the women that drive them, that inspire the people within it, and keep these companies successful and our industry relevant. So we couldn't be more thrilled than to be with you today and joined by the women in AV of QSC. So hello, welcome, ladies. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Great to be here.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
and there she is, Miss Corey Schaefer, founder of Women in AV. We couldn't be more thrilled, Corey, to have you with us. And you've been a little bit under the radar, so why don't you lead us off and tell us where you are, what you're doing, and who you have with us today.
Okay, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves as well. But so I just joined QSC, and I started at QSC on October. I think it was like I don't even know. So today is the end of week 2 for me. So October 23rd or something like that. And I am just kind of still smiling ear to ear and just really delighted to be a part of this organization. And I'll just give you a little background of me and why I've made this change, etc. So I was a founder of Listen Technologies and really did that for almost 17 years. It was a great experience. However, I'm one that just wants to keep learning and growing and so on. And Listen's incredibly successful. We're really leading the category in what we do. However, it's just kind of now, humming along just beautifully. We've got a really great team of people, and the company's doing quite well. So I knew that I wanted to have another career and do something different. And so a company, AMX, actually spoke to me about a year ago and asked if I would consider coming overboard there. And at first I kind of thought, kind of a crazy thought, but it got me thinking about, what is next for me? So in April, I took that more seriously. We worked out a deal, and I actually transitioned over there and left Listen at the end of June, and I started within AMX on July 6th. And as it began to get folded into the Harmon organization, honestly, I just kind of found myself sitting there thinking, more and more changes were occurring, and they really weren't it wasn't really the situation that I thought I wanted. And it's a great company. There's lots of things going on, but I think I undervalued how important me looking for a really great culture and a really good fit culturally was versus just a career. And I had established a really great culture within Listen, and I just went into a much bigger culture, and I just found that there's no right, there's no wrong. Just for me, it wasn't an ideal fit. So I began to think about what would be a good fit. And honestly, the company that I'm sitting in today was number 1 on my list. And I had no idea whether there'd be an opportunity or not, because I really did want a bigger company. I did want a company that was, progressive and going, somewhere, a company I could come and contribute, with my talents and expertise. But mostly, I wanted to work in a culture that fostered growth and change and fun, etc. And this company just kept coming back to me. And so I just reached out to a couple of people within the company and just started the dialogue. And again, I just kind of I've been smiling ear to ear and just kind of pinching myself. So I started here 2 weeks ago, and I know myself well enough to know that this is it. This is definitely a culture that, for me, I can thrive and grow in. And so it's a newly created role, and it's working within all of my sweet spots, which for me are really leveraging relationships and creating business. And I have a very entrepreneurial personality, so that brief little stopover that I had wasn't ideal there. But at QSC, it really is ideal because I'm on the system solutions side. We are working to grab market share and to launch an incredible system. So it really allows me to use my entrepreneurial background in a very well-established company with a lot of foundation, a lot of great people, systems, and all of that. And my focus will be developing new business. So I spend my time talking with end users. I talk with architects. I talk with the AV consultant community, and then I'm also leveraging alliances. So Jen, as an example, you know FSR, and recently I just leveraged the relationships I have with FSR to introduce me into some higher ed and things like that, and allow me to get in front of the particular end users very quickly. And just, there are a lot of alliances that can be leveraged, and so my history in the industry really allows me to bring that into QSC to help grow the system side. And you know, at Infocom, QSC was a big buzz at Infocom because they launched some brand new products that I don't really think people thought QSC would enter this part of the vertical. So the buzz was definitely there. And when you learn about where they're headed and the culture of this company, I'm just like, pinch myself. Can't believe I'm here.
Oh, that's fantastic, Corey. I mean, that's awesome. And, like, I mean, especially, I mean, you would be a great fit anywhere. I mean, there's not a company in this world that wouldn't be, like, jazzed to have you. But, I mean, especially, like, knowing you and yourself, like, for you to, like, talk so greatly and so highly of a company. I mean, introduce us to the ladies that you have brought with us today. And because I'd love for people to understand who QSC is and somebody to share with us a little bit about their background.
Yeah, so I think that you know, people might think of QSC really as an amplifier company and then maybe a speaker company, and we actually are so much more than that. So I'll let them talk about their roles and what they're doing here, but we have Gloria Matson, if I have that correct?
Yep.
And Anna, there's no way I can pronounce your last name, and I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's Chontosh.
Of course it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Anna to take it from here with your title and your role in the company.
Okay. So my last name is very hard to pronounce, and that is because I actually didn't grow up in the U.S., and so my first language is not English. So if I say anything funny, just laugh. I do the same thing. So my role is Senior Director of Strategic Programs, and that is something it sounds pretty exotic. And what it really means is it actually has a lot of elements to it. The corporate development, a lot of internal projects, and business planning, and just helping craft the company strategy. And in addition to this responsibility, I also oversee our application engineering team, as well as our marketing function currently. And because systems or the AV market is so much of a priority for us, I'm really involved on that side as well right now. And it's really kind of a role that is no 2 days are the same. It's really exciting. It's really, really fun. And I'm just thrilled to have the opportunity to work with just phenomenally talented people. And that's what QSC is. And I think that's what makes QSC a really special place.
I would agree. And Jen, I'm going to say, Jen, I'm going to chime in and say that when you go by her office, she has her name and her title on her on the window by her office, but it also says etc. After her title, because she does so much there.
Ah, that's fabulous. And I mean, and Anna, I mean, and like I was gonna say, like pick right up on that, Corey. Like, Anna, you're in the executive team, so you have like such a phenomenal sort of insight. It sounds as if both like what the strategy is, where it is that you want to take it, but then you're also, as somebody who is intimately and very much involved and responsible for delivering on that, like through like out the company. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually always joke about this, that I think I have the best role at QSC because I can equally be involved on the strategic side, as well as just be involved in operations and seeing the execution. And I work with a lot of the teams, so really my role is to be a thought partner and work with the different teams to just improve QSC throughout. And that is what excites me, to be part of a company that wants to go ahead and wants to improve and wants to win and is very progressive and just does the right things.
Yeah, very cool. And as I was reading, I mean, QSC has been around for a very, very long time. If people don't know the history, I think it's like 4 decades or something like that. Your founder, I thought he was like the sweetest man in the entire world. I really did. He's like one of my, like, I love like our heroes, like our heroes of like our industry, those guys. But I mean, he talks about his physics class and how he wants to have an environment and just have a company. I mean, Gloria, can you tell us? I mean, I think you've been there for 8 years. Is that correct? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and tell us about what you like about being there?
Yeah, I've been with QSC almost 8 years, working out of the Boulder office here. Our group works on the systems side of things. Our product is called QSys, and I design circuit boards. So I've been doing schematic and layout and test, and working with all the people involved in architecting our really amazing products that connect everything together and give people a full system where you can have speakers, amplifiers, and I/O boxes throughout your area and have it all networked together.
And you guys also, one of the things is I noticed, I think his name is Joe Pham. He's also right now currently on the executive team, who is a Infocom board member. And also, it's very much clear that you guys follow standards and that you're very much an AVIT standards operable like company. I mean, tell us about like how much thought and like why like you guys really take that, what I would see is a lot more seriously than maybe other companies do, about how you're like operating between the two different fields.
Yeah, we take great pride in our work, and we know the kind of parts it takes, the attention to detail, the attention to specs, designing things to be immune to stuff that's going to get in the way, and paying attention to those standards.
And Joe Pham is not just on the executive team; he's actually president and acting CEO.
Yes, yeah. No, I didn't mean to say he was just. I didn't mean to just say he was just. No, but I had noticed, and yeah. So I remember I thought that he would have brought that to it. So great. I mean, so tell me. I mean, it seems like your culture, like everybody says. I mean, it's just so phenomenal, and just like it seems so exciting, refreshing, and everything. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me, and the ladies, like, why is it that QSC like values women and diversity? What is it that you feel like that you contribute that is really valued being a woman in your organization that other women should try maybe like achieve for? Anna, you want to start? I mean, being an executive role, I mean, you would have the most experience of, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think some of the answer is just QSC recognizes that women can do the same things that men can do. And I actually just recently read some article about how few women are in technology companies, and I think that's really bad. And even if I look at our QSys classes, how few of female members are there, or female students are there. So I think that we bring something to the table, which is a different perspective, and looking at things a little bit differently. But I think we are also recognized at QSC for being able to be very logical and just be very much just analytical and solve problems and lead the way just as well as our male counterparts can.
Excellent. And how about you, Gloria? I mean, being in like the circuit and the engineering, I mean, are you the only lady?
Oh, not at all. In this office, I am. We have another hardware engineer who recently just got promoted, I believe, to senior engineer, and her name is Sonia. And on software, we have Laura and several others throughout. But I would just add that QSC is a values-based company, and they value people, and they value their customers, they value their products, and they value their employees, and they do a really great job of balancing that, which means giving people a voice and giving people a chance to really take pride in what they're doing and care, and they offer great benefits to foster all of that, and then all of that comes together to create a wonderful product for our customers, whom they listen to also. So that's really great.
Awesome. And so you said you were in Boulder. I mean, being that you're a worldwide company, you guys have everywhere. I mean, you still feel connected, and like, I mean, because also I understand that the manufacturing is in the USA. I mean, I thought that that was really something pretty phenomenal that you guys have. I think it's like a 50,000 square foot manufacturing plant out in Costa Mesa or something like that. So, I mean, that must be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really great. What's interesting working in this office where we have our own lab to try to develop things, but we do things like these kinds of video conferences to discuss what's going on with the team over there, make sure that we're all working together. But we value getting people in the same room too. So we'll fly out to Costa Mesa and we'll get down there on the assembly line and look at things a little bit. We'll have a good relationship with the people who are there to kind of liaison for us when it's not, we're not down there all the time. But communication is what, and we are good at making that happen.
Awesome. Corey, you've been quiet. Tell us, what is it like, I mean, what are you so jazzed about? What is it that you, like, what you want to achieve?
So what do I want to achieve is I want us to dominate in the systems market. So and we will. I'm just here to put the stake in the ground. Again, QSC introduced some pretty amazing things at Infocom, and so we're really going after corporate AV, and we're going after higher education, and those spaces where it makes sense to put audiovisual over the network, and the way QSC is doing it a bit different than other players. So I'm excited to help pioneer that part of it for QSC. But as it relates to women at QSC and so on, I'm going to just kind of chime into what Anna and Gloria said, is that at QSC you're really not, you don't step in and be viewed that way. It's just about they're just really looking for talent. They're looking for really good people that fit this culture, and not everybody does fit this culture. And this is a culture where it's very team-focused. People are very hardworking. People are really just wanting to do a good job. They take pride in their own personal development, things like that. And so if you're really wanting to be the champion, and that just the one person and kind of a go it alone, you won't survive here, right? So this is not a culture that supports that, but it's you come in being treated equal, not a woman, not a man. You're just treated equally. Your ideas are treated equally. Your roles are treated equally, and so on. And the fact that we do manufacture in Costa Mesa, for me it was great because we are shipping the products that we're starting to ship the products we introduced at Infocom. So be able to go down on the manufacturing facility and actually see them being put together, burned in, etc., tested. I mean, it's just great. And this environment is one where at the very top, male and female, there's this, they embrace life-work balance. So at like my first week at QSC, there were several people out from the Boulder office in the Costa Mesa office, and there were multiple meetings happening. The meetings are very open, so it's a very open culture. A lot of things discussed about, growth, profit margin, everything that's happening across the whole company. And we have 3 business units. We have cinema, we have pro, and we have systems. And we do really, so it's really great to learn these 3 business units. But so it's a very flat culture, very open culture, and this life-work balance. So my first week, what I was going to say is I went to pop in on HR, and the person I was meeting with, she said, hey, I don't always look this way, and she was in her workout attire. So at the company, we have things like, I mean, it's just fantastic. So there's CrossFit, there's yoga that happens in the company, there's a fitness center in the company. Food is brought by each day, so for people that want to grab lunch and maybe just eat at their desk. People are, on Thursdays, you can give your keys to a guy that comes and does car washing out in the parking lot. Just kind of all those things that actually help you get more done in your day, so that when you do go home to your family, whether you're male or female, you can spend more time with your family. Because what I thought with the food being delivered, I don't have a domestic bone in my body, so I thought not only will I grab a salad for lunch, but I'll grab something to take home for dinner as well, because it's already made for me. It just these comforts coming to the office and supporting us make it easier, so that when we leave work, something else is checked off our to-do list, right? Because there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything.
Wow, that's so cool. That sounds so Silicon Valley, like Google-ish, I mean, to have like you guys need like your cart, like your truck cars to like come around and like, exactly, you wash your cars, they do the oil changes. I mean, I guess, you can go work with them. That's wonderful though. I mean, that's really fantastic. Go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
We don't have a daycare though on site.
No, not yet. Not yet. Corey's here. Come on.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we also don't have a botanist because Anna has a plant in her office that needs water desperately.
No, it doesn't need it anymore.
It's all set. That's funny. I've had some of the best men I've ever had have like taken care of my plants in my office, like with all the traveling.
They need to be sent to QSC.
Awesome. Well, you brought up a good thing, and I mean, I think it's companies that do survive these days are companies that really value and like understand and see like life is not just about coming to work, working, and then having to deal with everything, trying to incorporate as much in it. I mean, tell me, ladies, I mean, with everything that's coming up, our holidays are like, boom, they're going to be on us. Knowing that as women, we all do that, I mean, how is it like having a career and then also trying to like, manage your family, your like time, your loved ones and everything, especially with the holidays? Gloria, let's start with you. I mean, tell us, what is your holidays going to be like? I mean, trying to do all of it.
Well, it'll be a little interesting this year with a big project I'm working on pretty aggressively, but I mean, our company is so generous with the time off that they give us. We get a few extra holiday days off where we do a company shutdown, and they're like, go spend time with your families and your loved ones. So often, especially this office here, people just take the 2 weeks off and there's almost no one in the office, and we can come in and get some work done here and there, but it's a beautiful time of year. We just feel so we feel the generosity of this company, who just really knows that it's a special time to bond with your family and take that time, and they encourage us to do so.
Awesome. So I mean, so you're giving the time off so that you can take care of all your family and things. I mean, so it's not something where you're just overloaded constantly. How do you deal with something when it is, say it's like kids going back to school or something like that? I mean, tell us like some way that you cope with, how you do your work-life balance when it all kind of gets too much. What is something you do?
Well, they are so supportive. If like last week, my husband had surgery, and I said, hey, I'm going to need a few days off, and they're like, yeah, take the time you need, work from home if you can or not. My boss filled in for me on parts of the project that needed to get done, and we support each other. We come around each other, and we value that family can come first often, and then there's going to be times when your job is, you can give a little extra when you can, and the flexibility here is just fantastic.
Oh my God, I want to sign up. I want to work for you.
Yeah, you do.
How about you, Anna? I mean, being especially in such a high level, high profile, high pressure, how do you balance everything?
So work-life balance is really, really tough, and to me it comes down to three things. The first one is recharge myself so I can perform at my best, and the second one is really just connecting with having time to connect with my friends and family, and the third one is accomplishing things at work. And you always balance these three things. And when it comes to my own recharging, I value alone time really much to just reflect and just prepare for my day. And I'm a very active person, so the place for me is the gym or outdoor. So every morning, 6 a.m., whether it shines or rains, I'm in the gym, getting my workout done, and that's a sacred hour. That is really for me. So I can get really my mind cleared, my body moving before I get to the office. And actually it shows, so on those rare days where I don't get my time, I'm so cranky nobody wants to talk to me. so they actually send me to the gym. That you haven't gone to the gym, so why don't you just go and then come back? So that's really important. And when it comes to my personal life, I try to plan ahead as much as I can the events, so I can schedule things around it. And yes, and the company is very understanding about that. And one of the founders, his son used to be a hockey player, so he would actually go and see the hockey games during the days, and then would go back to work. So it's very much it's part of the QSC culture. And when there are those days when you just can't plan because there is a sick kid or something, then in those cases, I think it's just important that you communicate and make sure that nothing falls through the cracks that is a priority. And I'm fortunate to have a very, very awesome husband and great extended family who can chime in when it's harder at work. And when it comes to work, I think it's really about my time management, my priorities, and being able to say no to things, and being able to just run with the rhythm of the business. When it's tough, you make sure you have support, and when you can leave an hour early, you just value that, and you just beat traffic and go home and take your kids to have ice cream or take your spouse out for dinner. And those are, I will not remember all the presentations I stayed up late, but I will remember those days when I could take off and just enjoy those times. So we have a lot of flexibility at QSC, and I think flexibility is great. And the reason it works for QSC because we also are using it responsibly, that we are getting our work done, and we enjoy the benefits of it, and they are not abusing it. And yes, occasionally I'm not unlike anybody else in a leadership position. If something comes up, I'm on my laptop or emails after my kids go to sleep to make sure things are on the right track.
Yeah, and I'm just going to chime in to say, and I think that, Anna, you lately are doing that more than ever. Like, I noticed that I can tell when your kids are to bed because I'll get an email maybe at 10:30 at night, so, and I get it, and also we're in a phase right now at QSC where we're doing some kind of check-in and additional planning moving forward in the different business units. And so we have some very important meetings where you have multiple people coming in, a lot to be discussed, and when that happens, there's planning that has to occur, and there are presentations and so on. And one of the things that Anna did last week that I appreciated was she has many of us who are giving presentations prepare, but she's also working to give us things well ahead of time. And I noticed on an email you sent out this week, you said, hey, I'm going to ask one more thing of you, and I'd like you to get it to me so that you don't have to do it over the weekend, knowing that many of you are coming in on a Sunday so we can start our meetings on Monday. So, just the understanding of, hey, I understand that people have a personal life, etc. Yeah. But still needing to get the information in a manner so that we have it, so that we have really great meetings next week with all of these resources being brought in and all the time and effort and cost to do a meeting like we have planned.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited for you. I mean, wow. I mean, like I said, like it's a new life. I mean, for you, to see you so excited about something the way that you are excited about being with QSC and the opportunities and the people, and just even getting to meet like Gloria and Anna here. I mean, it's just like I can tell why. Like even in a short little like conversation, it's just I'm so thrilled. I mean, I'm really excited. Tell us what. Somebody and everybody, tell us what it is that you guys are doing and what are you planning like coming up for QSC, and what are the new things? You mentioned the products, but what should people be looking for in our industry about the good things that you guys are doing coming up?
Well, I'll throw one thing and then I'm going to lobby it to Gloria, okay? But I'm going to just say I have one plan for my role at QSC, and it's we're going to be very disruptive in the industry.
Yeah! Oh man, it's so exciting. Unfortunately, there's a lot we are still keeping under our hats.
It'll be fun. Don't worry. Until the pain, it's always fun. Disruptive with Corey is always fun. All right,
yeah.
So Gloria, tell us, what does she mean by that?
Well, at Infocom this past year, we launched a pretty fun product called the the Core 110, and it's an integrated product that really makes our networked audio system tangible to a lot of people, and I got to have a hand in that. That was really fun, and so we're just growing from there, and it's really exciting stuff.
All right, and then Anna, tell us.
So, oh my gosh, there's so many things going on. So we introduced the conferencing solution at Infocom that is shipping. So I can't wait to see the first installations, which will happen this year, which is we are beyond excited, and the market feedback was so positive on this that we just had to the excitement level is just going up about this, and this really completes our solution, networked AV solution, from large systems to small systems. So practically every application in the world, we can actually provide a system, which is phenomenal. And we have been very active on the training side. We have done a lot of training roadshows on QSC in the last year. So we plan to continue that, and we are rolling out a new roadshow, regional shows, regional training roadshows in the U.S. January. So we will be actually very active there. We just launched our new QSC.com website, which actually has the 3 different business units. It's to me, it's easy to navigate and so rich in content and imagery. So it's really awesome and amazing. And we will be exhibiting at Infocom and ISC, of course. And just longer term, we have so many great things coming in the pipeline, which we can't talk about, but a lot of networked AV.
Lots of networked AV. Love it. And then the other thing is, we not only launched a new website, but we also have several apps that are available. Several things you can go to the iTunes store or whatever and download. So as a newbie, I just went in and did a search, and there's just so many awesome tools that you can have that portable. You just take it with you, and on the system side, what I love about what we're doing on the system side is we have this history on Cinema and Pro that speaks of quality and a great reputation. And so that really opens up when we go after networked corporate AV, people that have any experience with QSC in Cinema or Pro, just understand that we will do well in networked corporate AV because of our history. And so it's like really this new product that was introduced with the Core 110, as it's shipping, it's new, but yet it isn't, right? Because the great work, the foundational work that QSC has done over these 4 decades really lends itself for us to just rock it in the system side.
I love that. That's awesome. Oh my God, that's so cool. And then now we have Corey there, right? So now there's nobody that's not going to know about QSC. If anybody didn't know about QSC.
Yeah. Nobody can stop us from here.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, you guys, I can't thank you enough. I'm so jazzed. And just any closing thoughts or anything about, what it means to be a woman. Corey, you're always an inspiration to everybody, and I know that everybody's they're missing where's Corey, wondering what it is, but what is your message for everybody for the holiday? Where are we as women in our industry, what we're doing, and what is your wish for us, just as women in general, for the where do we go from here?
So first of all, Jen, I really thank you for giving Anna, Gloria, and I this opportunity to talk about QSC and what we're doing here. So thank you for that. And so my wish for all of us as women is that we work to uplift, promote, and encourage women to keep staying in this technology field and learning and growing from each other. There's so many great things happening within our industry, and more women are coming in for sure, right? So, and so what I wish for the holidays also would be, just peace, love, and happiness. Sounds corny, but and for me, I've had a pretty disruptive year, actually, just in kind of just personal changes going on, professional changes going on, and I'm looking for some peace, some peace, not living out of a suitcase, a bit of calmness, getting, really reconnected. It's so great to have this side of my life, the career side, to be kind of, settled and feeling like such a good fit, and now I have purpose and focus moving forward, and then working now more on the personal side to feel more settled and more calm, and just know that it's all good, and it's going to be a fantastic 2016. Really is.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. Excellent. And then Gloria, what about you? Tell us what you want.
Well, I would just add that one way to help women in these industries is to, vote with your dollars, vote with your feet, support companies and people and officials who understand what it means to support all people and to bring equality into every industry, and supports us and values everyone's equal contribution to what we all have to offer, because we're all amazing people, and yeah, supporting one another through all that is just imperative, and it's really great to have found such a great culture here, and so we can spread that throughout.
Awesome. And then as an engineer, I mean, that's just like phenomenal. Like, I mean, you guys always raise up like 3 steps. Whenever you hear like a female phenomenal, like you just automatically, I mean, how, like, I mean, tell us, like, I mean, about women feeling intimidated. Like, tell us, like, why is it, like, what advice would you give to young girls or other women that want to pursue something in engineering?
I would say just to know that we have a voice, we can do it, there's opportunity, and that it's really fun, it's really interesting. There are amazing people here, and we can bring a creative side to things, and we, let's see, I mean, whenever you see kids interested in different math and sciences, your own children bringing your friends' kids and saying, hey, look at this cool little Arduino that I can control this with, and you know, they can be like, really? I could design the stuff that's in my video game console or in this type of stuff. It's all very, just bringing it to their attention that if they really apply themselves, that they can do fun stuff like this, and to speak up as much as the other people in their classrooms do, and they'll find their voice.
Yeah, awesome. That's so cool. How about you, Anna? I mean, especially, I mean, you know, you have like everything that every like woman like would like want to like achieve when you think about, you know, being in executive management, you know, being like on the executive team, but also, you know, not necessarily being like in, you know, you having your cultural, I mean, being from Hungary, like, you know, there's an international, like, I mean, tell us like what it is like for a woman that wants to be like you, like, I mean, how do you do it, and what is it that you wish and tell them that they should aspire?
My wish is that more women would consider a career in the tech in the tech industry. It's really about overcoming stereotypes, because if you think about a programmer or a software engineer, you don't think about a young, confident woman who thinks that I can have a career here. Yeah, you don't think of Gloria. You don't. Gloria is not the first one who comes into mind, and I think we need to give just women we owe ourselves in the industry to give more awareness to women and just young professionals in general. And people don't realize what we do and how much impact we have on people's life, on how we play, how we learn, how we work. It's like we make things possible. We make a fun theme park ride possible. Like we made this meeting possible. We make distance learning. Oh my gosh, so many things. And I think it's how cool is that? So I think we have a lot to talk about. We just have to find those places where it generates impact and brings people in. But I really wish we could do some more to bring women into this industry, and because I think it will. There are a lot of success stories here that we can just showcase and just reach out. And really, and for the holidays, I'm with Corey. I just want a glass of wine and some quiet time with my kids for 5 days. That's really it.
What is Christmas this year? I mean, what day? I don't know what day of the week it is. But
Is it a Friday?
Yeah, I think so.
I know we're so bad. I don't even know.
You know, yeah, I take that off. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't thank you ladies enough. Like, I mean, it's just been so fantastic. I mean, like I said, I kid you not, I want to come work with you guys. Yeah, I mean, like, just talk to you. And I mean, you know, we just can't thank you enough. I mean, Corey, like personally, and then just from all of us women, just in generally. I mean, you're always that inspiration, and we're so thrilled for you. And you know, just knowing like what you've chosen, where you're going, and everything, we couldn't be more happy for you. And more excited, like, you know, for everything that you're doing. And, you know, I know, I mean, QSC is just, they're the luckiest in the entire world. You know? They have you on board. So, I mean, it's phenomenal.
Thank you. It's been great to really get reconnected with you. And I was kind of MIA for about 90 days, so I'm really in a company now where I can work to bring that balance back. And one of the things that I do plan to do is really be the advocate for women and QSC in the industry. So thanks, and it's great getting reconnected.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. And then, tell us, Corey, where is it that if anybody wants to go and get in touch with you guys, who do they contact and who do they need to, what's the website, how do they find you?
Okay, that new website is QSC.com.
Woohoo! Check them out. Watch out. Perfect. Okay. And then is there a toll-free number or something? How should they reach you guys? Know that. Oh, okay.
None of us know it.
Go to QSC, or just say Corey Schaefer.
QSC.com.
Wait, let me find it.
Okay, it's 1-800.
Yeah, you sure?
Okay, it's 1-800-854-4079.
4079.
800-854-4079.
Or www.qsc.com.
Yes, new website.
Awesome. Fantastic. For all the phenomenal, excellent audio amplification, and integration products that you have for, across everything. I even saw just recently you guys were doing a command center out of Chicago, Illinois. So, the environments are just, you're agnostic of anything and everywhere that you could possibly do, all the way down to your founder. He's my sweetest. He's my new crush. He's my crush. But you could tell him, he was he makes guitar amplifiers, and he's for all the big bands and stuff. He's just so I have a soft spot for the cutest men in our industry. So thank you all. Thank you so very much. For the Women AV, from all of us, we're so thrilled you to be here and take your time to speak with us, and we wish you all a very, very happy holidays and 2016. Go get them.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
We're honored.
Yeah.